Carl Dahm here, representing my YouTube channel called Real P&L. On Thursday, May 14th, 2020, I signed up for Dan Parker's True Trader. I'm taking the course to share my experience. Notice that below I don't have an affiliate link for TrueTrader.net. That's because I'm here to give my real experience and my honest opinion. I want to make it clear that I'm not going to be giving away any proprietary information regarding Dan Parker or TrueTrader.net. I'm only going to give my personal experience over taking the course on a daily basis. One of the things I wanted to get out there was, what are my expectations in this course? And so I put together a little clip here of Dan, because I see him all the time on YouTube. And so if I show you this clip, I think you'll get a good idea of what my expectations are going in. So let me show you that.
And it works every single day, especially in the first 30 to 60 minutes of the market open, for consistent daily profits with minimal risk. I can make 2 to 5% per day trading these names with minimal risk in the first hour of the morning. I'm cash by the close every single day. System to make returns on your account every single morning. Only way to make consistent profits in the market is to look for 2 to 5% trades every single day in the first half an hour of the morning. I am probably the best trader online that's public and showing all of his trades live for real on his site and in his room, and calling them live in real time over the mic and screen share. Everyone sees it. I have nothing to hide. I make 2 to 5% trading stocks every single day, playing real liquid names like Visa and Disney. What you can do and what's legal is day trading stocks every single morning for 2 to 5% gains. And I know how to make money in the first 30 minutes of the market open and never holding any positions overnight. I hate overnight risk. I hate gap downs. I just hate it. 30 minutes, boom, bang, I'm done. I'm off to enjoy my day. Now you can pretty much copy me for 2 to 5% gains every single morning. I'll see you soon.
This video is my experience during week 4 with TrueTrader.net. This 4th week started Monday, June 8th and ended Friday, June 12th in 2020. Every single weekday morning, I was up and glued to my computer screen from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. And here's what I found. It's day 16 with Dan Parker and TrueTrader.net. Today is the 8th of June, 2020. The information in this video is my opinion. Coming into today, my thoughts were that I'm beginning week number 3, and I wanted to see a 2 to 5% return on my account. So starting with $25,000, it should be up to around $33,000 right now. We still have $25,586 in the account. My stats were today where I had 3 canceled orders, 0 fills. And the insights that I had actually happened over the weekend, because today nothing really happened. I didn't see any trades on the screen by anyone. But what really happened was, over the weekend, you can see here that a guy named Adriano uploaded this video here. This is actually the live stream. It's the cut down version. You know, it's only 11 minutes long, but it is actually Friday's live stream, just the kind of the highlights from it. And he did make it public. And if you remember, one of the things that I mentioned on Friday's video is that there's something missing here. What is missing? Well, let me just play this little blip here to kind of give you an idea of what happened that day, or what they wanted you to think happened.
100 left. I'm out. That's $100,000 in 14 minutes.
Okay, so $100,000 in 14 minutes. That's pretty good. That's really good. But what's missing here? I see graphs, I see pricing, but I don't see trade executions. So, of course, I want to see trade executions. So I ask in the comment section, can anyone show me where the trade executions are on the screen? You know, I'm used to toss. Thanks. I have not gotten any reply. There are some interesting comments on here though. Thank you, Adriano and Dan. You guys truly changed my life. I love you guys. I didn't know it was life-changing that you promised to make 2 to 5% per day. In my calculations, and from being here for 16 days, I have seen that happen once, but other than that, I haven't seen it happen. Wouldn't call that life-changing. My opinion is that they're using a company called Trustpilot. What Trustpilot does is, to my knowledge, they do three things. One, they filter comments. They create comments that aren't necessarily from real people. For example, all of these comments are, not all of them, but I would say most of these comments here, I don't know if those are real people saying those things. And number three, they create fake testimonials. Let's take a look at Trustpilot. Let's go to Wikipedia here. Trustpilot. The site offers freemium service while it relies on users, software, and compliance team to report and remove reviews from the platform that violate Trustpilot's content guidelines. Okay, I wonder what their guidelines are, because I'm asking here, can anyone show me where the trade executions occurred on this? And if I go in with a different account, same video here, here's my comment on the left, here's the same video, here's my comment on the right. This guy's comment came in, this guy was there. You know, this one about how this person's life got changed, that comment stays there. But the comment about, can anyone show where the trade execution were on the screen, that's not there. That comment got deleted or hidden. So I guess Trustpilot has a policy, or maybe it's not Trustpilot, but somebody has a policy to where if you ask a simple question about proof of where the trade execution occurred, that one goes away and it's crickets. So I thought that was very interesting as far as about how the comments on their video are being erased, and I'm assuming they use Trustpilot, or maybe they monitor it themselves, I don't know, but they didn't like that comment, even though it wasn't that bad of a comment. I'm not saying anything negative, I'm just asking a simple question that I think is a legitimate question if you're somebody taking their course and you want to learn how they're trading. Okay, so just to recap, I had 3 canceled orders. I had 0 stocks traded for 0 gain. My goal is to make 2 to 5% per day, which is approximately $500 or more. I did not accomplish that goal. My opinion is that Dan's account in the first hour of trading today for sure did not make over 2%. On May 15th, I started my account with $25,000. My current balance is $25,586. There you have it for day 16. It's day 17 with Dan Parker and TrueTrader.net. Today is the 9th of June 2020. The information in this video is my opinion. Coming into today, my thoughts were, I've got a 50-50 chance of getting fills when Dan calls something out, of getting in, because I believe that the market has a 50-50 chance of going up, 50 chance of going down, and if he calls along, for example, I got a 50-50 shot to get in. Today's stats are, I had 10 canceled orders and 0 fills, and here are some of the insights that I had. I basically had 3 insights today, very important insights. 1, I don't see any trade executions or P&L on the screen, so I don't really know what's happening. I hear things, I hear Dan making calls. For example, he called, I got in at $6.17, but when he said this, the market, the stock was at $6.20, and it was there for about 1 or 2 seconds. And then when it got to about $6.25, then he said, I got in at $6.17. So it's like, I'm getting a little skeptical because this is the 4th stock today. All 4 calls that he made. When he made the call, that stock was already in profit. Yeah, it was 1 or 2 seconds later, but it was already in profit while he made the call. There was no way I could have got in. Literally not possible. So that's number 2. And number 3, here's another insight that I had. I've noticed that the reason why I have so many canceled orders is because when Dan calls out an order, one that can happen in the future, in other words, stock XYZ, if it goes to 50 or higher, I'll get short, for example. Well, it's at 48. It's not going to go to 50. The statistical odds of that going to 50 are very low. It's like way up there, far away from where the stock is actually trading. And I've seen those calls made, which are kind of unrealistic. Now that I'm thinking back about all those calls that he's made, where he's just calling for something way far away and then he said he'll get in, like none of those really got executed. They're all just a bunch of canceled orders. And so I have seen where the stock gets close to that, but then it goes sideways for a little bit and he's like, oh no, I'm going to cancel the order because it didn't get there fast enough. So the point I'm making is these calls that he makes are either already in profit or too far away from the market and they never really get filled. And of course, the third big takeaway, no executions on the screen, no P&L on the screen. If I compare this to my modern options portfolio today, it's down a little bit, but I know there's nothing for me to do. I looked at it for about 20 seconds. I don't have any adjustments to make. Just to recap, I had 10 canceled orders. I had 0 stocks traded for a 0 gain. My goal is to make 2 to 5% per day, which is approximately $500 or more. I did not hit that goal. My opinion is that Dan's account in the first hour of trading is unknown. He did call out about 4 winning trades, but again, that was kind of after the fact, and so it's unknown because he's not showing his P&L or his positions. On May 15th, I started the account with $25,000. My current balance is $25,586. And there you have it for day 17. It's day 18 with Dan Parker and TrueTrader.net. Today is the 10th of June, 2020. The information in this video is my opinion. Coming into today, my thoughts were, I'm going to try and pay attention to how quickly Dan calls out the stock that he's long or short, and really how much time I will have to get in. Today's stats are, in the first hour of trading, I had 14 canceled orders and I had 5 filled orders. Here are some of the insights I had from today. The main insight I had was there were no order executions on the screen today, so I could not see what was being executed. If there was actually any executions, I don't know if there was. I know that Dan called some things out. About 8 minutes in, he called out stock number 1, let's call it, and I literally had, when he called it out, from the time he said he was long to the time that I could get in, it was too late. I probably had less than a second, maybe 2 seconds at the most. Then stock number 2, 24 minutes into today. So the same thing happened in terms of I wasn't able to get in as quick enough, but I did put an order in to get in at the same price, and the market did come back to me. So the only way, again, I can get in is, if the stock comes back down then on and long, then I can get in. On that particular stock, I was able to make $60, even though my goal was to make $500. And on stock number 1, I actually lost $120. I actually exited those stocks after the 1 hour at 7:30 a.m. I don't know exactly what Dan did with those because I couldn't see his trade executions on the screen. One thing that he did do was interesting is he went over this real quick scalping thing that he doesn't recommend that anybody does. He doesn't want to even teach it. But he was scalping in and out of stocks in like 1 second. He was showing this thing that he was doing. He shared it with the group. And it did show his P&L that he was making money doing that, but he said it's way too risky and he would never recommend anyone does that, and he won't even teach that. It was pretty impressive, but maybe he just got lucky today because he didn't start showing it until he was already way up. So he's like, okay, I've made all this money, so now I'm going to show it to you about what I'm doing, kind of thing. But it was interesting. Compared to my modern options portfolio, 1 larger account with portfolio margin and 1 smaller account with regular margin, I looked at those for about 10 seconds today and knew I had to do nothing, so I was done for the day. Just to recap, I had 14 canceled orders. I had 2 stocks that I traded, and I lost $60 today. My goal is to make around $500. Did not come close to that. My opinion on Dan's first hour of trading was I'm positive he didn't make 2% return trading the regular way. On a scalping thing he might have, but I didn't get to see his trade executions on the screen or his P&L on the screen, so I really don't know what his results were today. And on May 15th, I started my account with $25,000 and my current balance is $25,526. So there you have it for day 18. It's day 19 with Dan Parker and TrueTrader.net. Today is the 11th of June, 2020. The information in this video is my opinion. Today's stats are: in the first hour of trading, I had 4 canceled orders, 2 rejected orders, and 2 filled orders. Some of the insights I had, again, Dan did not have any trade execution or P&L on the screen, so I couldn't really see exactly what he was doing. I think this is the third time, this is day 19, so the third time, if I remember correctly, where one full point was actually called out and I made a full point. And you can see it here on the screen where I got short at 59.21, bought back at 58.13, and it took 6 minutes. So that was a nice trade and a nice call by Dan, but he did say to go light on the shares, so it wasn't like a full all-in normal call. It was light on the shares there. I did get 2 rejected orders because I lacked the buying power for some of the potential plays that he called out. I didn't have the buying power. He did call out a few potential plays that never came to fruition because he called them away. They were far away from the actual market, and so they were kind of unrealistic. Like, I haven't really seen any of those come in. For example, the stock's trading at 50. He said, well, if it goes to 52, I'll get short. Well, it never really reaches 52. I mean, that's kind of far away to get, in the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So a lot of those calls don't come through, and those usually end up being my canceled orders. Compared to my modern options portfolio today, on my larger one, I have a larger one and a smaller one. You can see the market's down 2.5% to 3% today, so it's down pretty good. My account, my larger account, is down about 1 to 1.5%. So I see this as an opportunity to add to my position, but the thing is that the market has got some really wide spreads. I mean, this is what happens when the market's the volatility goes up. The market makers widen out those spreads. I haven't got a fill. One of the principles in my book is to use single ticket orders, because if you're trying to leg in, it's really hard, especially with these wide spreads. It's just highly recommended that you use single ticket orders when you trade options. Okay, just to recap, I had 4 canceled orders, 2 rejected orders. I had 1 stock traded for a $324 gain. My goal is to make $500, so I came close, but I did not get that. My opinion is that Dan's account in the first hour of trading did not make over 2% because he went in with small size, even though he did make almost a point. On May 15th, I started the account with $25,000. My current balance is $25,849. There you have it for day 19. It is day 20 with Dan Parker and TrueTrader.net. Today is Friday, June 12th, 2020. The information in this video is my opinion. Today's stats are: in the first hour of trading, I had 10 canceled orders, 5 rejected orders, and I had 2 filled orders. Some of the insights I had was, it was Adriano's screen today, and again, I did not see any executions or P&L on the screen. Adriano called out for an open order at a certain level, and I got filled. And as soon as I got filled, then he started talking about, oh, I'm not going to take that trade. I'm going to take it at a better price. So he didn't update it fast enough to say, hey, wait a minute, guys, let's lower our price. And before he could update it, I got filled. And then I just let the trade go until the end of the hour, and I actually ended up making a little bit of money. In fact, I think 2 or 3 times I've made money, and it was just kind of a lucky situation where I really didn't follow correctly, or I wasn't really told what to do correctly, however I can word that, and I ended up making money anyways. Compared to my modern options portfolio, 1 larger account with portfolio margin and 1 smaller account with regular margin. Yesterday the market was down 6%, and my large account was actually down about 3%, but I added to my position. In my small account, there was no movement, hardly at all, in the P&L in my small account, even with the market down 6% yesterday. So I did nothing. There was no adjustments to be made. So just to recap, I had 10 canceled orders, I had 5 rejected orders. And the reason why I had the rejected orders was because I had open orders, but I was trying to add more open orders because there were orders that were being called out. And of course, I'm trying to make 2%, so I have to have a certain size. And so I'm limited on how many stocks I can actually trade. I had one stock traded for a $90 gain. My goal is to make $500. Obviously did not meet that goal. And my opinion is that Dan's account in the first hour of trading did not make 2% or greater. In fact, nobody on the live stream took any trades today. And on May 15th, I started my account with $25,000. My current balance is $25,939. And this is my last day with Dan Parker and TrueTrader.net. So there you have it for day 20. So just a week 4 recap. I'm 20 days into this course, and 20 days is about what I got out of a 1 month's subscription. So today, day 20, was the last day. I've been looking to make 2% or approximately 5% per day, and my balance after 20 days should be around $35,000 since I started with $25,000, but my balance is $25,939. So I'm up about 3.8% in 4 weeks, but that's not close to being up 2 to 5% per day. And my calculations are that Dan is up around approximately 7% over the last 4 weeks. And if you want my overall takeaway and opinion from the course, stay tuned, as that will be the next video that I plan to release. Overall, please notice that I spent $395 on this course. I spent over 30 hours taking this course, and I spent at least another 3 hours on this particular video. If you feel like you've gotten any value out of this, all I ask in return is that you subscribe, hit the like button, and the notification bell. You want to hit that bell so you can see my opinion behind the paywall on the next course that I take.